How are we doing? Super duper quick one today while I'm in between jobs. Self-love. There's a weird comparison between self-love and narcissism and being up yourself and selfish, and yeah, there's just a lot of weirdness that goes with self-love, which is not warranted, and it builds a narrative that we can't, shouldn't, and will be put down if we put ourselves first. Or we shouldn't think anything of ourselves, and we shouldn't talk ourselves up, and we shouldn't celebrate ourselves, and lots of other ridiculousness that by society standards we shouldn't be doing, and we are ridiculed if we do. But just hear it from a different point of view. So in the 12 steps that people that go to NA and AA follow, one of the steps is admitting, excuse me, I've just scoffed my lunch so quick to get back to work. One of the steps is admitting to yourself and the universe and the class and the group that you are powerless. Powerless to the addiction, powerless to the creator and all the rest of it. That to me is the biggest load of horseshit in a system that is trying to promote people taking care of themselves and recovery and moving forward away from addictions and heartache. And I shall tell you why. If you are really wanting to move away from addiction and sadness and want to change your life in any way, if you say that you are powerless, then who has the power to support you through it? What are you doing? Who are you doing it for? If you don't have the power, then who does? If it's someone external to yourself, i.e. your kids and your family and your mother and some friend or some partner that you're trying to get sober for or lose weight for, or whatever the thing that you're trying to do, behave better, not go out fighting at the weekend, whatever the scenario that you can build in your mind at this precise moment in time about what you want to change in your life, if you're saying that you are powerless over that situation, then how the fuck are you going to change it? Question. My thoughts is that this is a hindrance rather than a help, because basically what you're doing is putting the the active energy of change onto another party, whether you believe in God being external to yourself or you're doing it for your mum, your kids, whatever. It's very easy to make up lies to your family. It's very easy to say to your mum that you've been doing the things that you're meant to be doing, when all the while you know full well that you've been doing X, Y, and Z and now you feel horrendous about it and guilt and you've lied and all the rest of it. So to me, all that does is add more shame and more feelings of lack, loss, and inadequacy to an already growing problem. I believe that self-love and putting yourself first is a must, an absolute must. And this is something that I have had to learn myself, moving through addictions of codependency and drinking and smoking and being ridiculous, generally ridiculous, and my life not overspending, whatever. There's a million things I can put into that equation, but the one main tool that's got me out of everything is self-love. Putting myself first, because that's what propels me forward. I don't have to lie to anybody or keep anything from anybody about what I'm up to. The only person that I answer to is myself. I know when I've been a bad person. I know when I've done something that is not correct. I know when I've done something that's not for my highest good. I know when I've done something that is not part of the mission, that is not part of the thing that I want to move forward on. If I've, I don't know, eaten a load of crap food, the only person that I answer to is myself. If you don't actually think anything of yourself, if you don't love yourself, then what is going to keep you in keeping to a disciplined lifestyle? What are you doing it for? Because it's easier to slip when you're just doing it for the kids and you're just doing it for your partner. When you're just doing something for the gram, what are you actually wanting to lose weight for? Why are you actually wanting to stop drinking? Why do you want to stop smoking? It's not for anybody else, is it? It has to be for you. The only way that you're going to be able to stick to the things that you want to be able to achieve is to put yourself first. The only person that you answer to is yourself. Now, I believe that God is universal, which means that God is me, God is you, God is the plants, God is this cup of tea. God is everything. So God sees everything. So God sees what I'm up to because I see what I'm up to. I put myself first and I do things for myself first because that makes me a better person for all the external things. Makes me a better friend, makes me a better partner, makes me a better mother because I put myself first. I didn't stop smoking for anybody else apart from myself. I didn't stop drinking for anyone else. Stop for myself. Because I am powerful. I believe that I am God. Because I believe that God is universal. I believe that you are God. And I will treat you as such. You deserve my truth. You deserve my integrity. You deserve my abundance. You deserve all the gifts that I have, and you have them as well. One of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. If I am a God and you are a God, then how do we act with each other? How would gods act? They would know that both parties are powerful in their own right. And they would treat each other as such. Do you see where I'm going? God is everywhere. God is in your children. God is in your partner. But God is in you first. If you really want to change anything, and I mean anything in your life, you have to fall in love with yourself first. And to do that, you must find out who you are. Because I can guarantee that the reason why you have a drinking problem, or you don't have any money, or you're worried about your weight, or you're suffering from severe anxiety, depression, the list goes on. I can guarantee that the reason why you suffer with these things is because you don't know who you are. You don't know who you really are. You're pretending. You're pretending to fit in. You're pretending to be accepted. You're pretending because you don't want people to think that you're weird. I'm right, aren't I? If there's anything in your life that you want to change, however big or small, you must believe 1,000% that you are worthy of that and that you are deserving of it. I don't smoke because I don't want to harm my body. I want every cell in my body to be as fit and as healthy as what my mind is, because it all comes from up there first of all. Healthy mind, healthy body. And I don't mean religiously giving up every single thing in your entire life and living on lettuce leaves and never going for a drink ever again. That's not the point. That's not the point of life. Life is to be experienced. Everything in life is to be experienced. That's why it's here. That's why it's all around us. Our senses are there so that we can experience everything. Every emotion, good or bad. It's all there to be experienced. How we experience the world around us, that's the thing that we need to control. When something is becoming a problem and it's taking over and we're using it to escape, that's when it needs addressing. And that's only up to the individual. If you're sitting there scoffing every evening because you're bored, then it's the boredom that needs to be addressed. Why are you sitting there bored? Why aren't you doing that job that you really want to do? Why aren't you doing that hobby that you really want to do? Why aren't you spending your time doing things that you love? That's the real question. Because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't have these problems. You wouldn't be thinking so low of yourself. If you really want change, put yourself first in all that you do. You're not selfish. You're not a narcissist. You're not a bad person. And you'll become a much better person all round for your family, for your community, for the world, if you do. Start loving yourself. Love every weird, strange, unique molecule of yourself. Because it's all an illusion. The illusions, the fear of not being liked is keeping you unhappy because you are not being the star. Go within. Go within and find your own light and shine. Find out who you really are and fall in love with that person. Because the world prefers that person, not the person that you are now, not the person not the person that you're pretending to be. Fall in love with you.